When the Mother Gaia is shifting her frequency and elevating her consciousness, meaning the sun is shining into darkened areas that is within her expression, it is really important for the collective consciousness to understand and elevate the conditions and resolve one of these emotional unhealed trauma bodies. We keep saying this often, yet we are often seeing and hearing about the jealousy, the envious, and the hatred and disappointment. Is the fear-based emotional unhealed trauma bodies. But what we are seeing in the collective consciousness, people are struggling a bit because of these perhaps the lack of understanding to the simple couple of words. Maybe we can flip the switch and get these uh, collective consciousness right path with the elevating Mother Gaia consciousness. When you are I hear sometimes these unhealed trauma bodies, toxic trauma bodies, they are saying we're humans, we're jealous, we're competitive, we're envious, but we're human. It's really, it is human condition, but it is the extremely low vibrational parts of human consciousness. When we hear external world expressing words like that, the spiritually elevated individuals have a very clear understanding. It is like they are rationalizing what they are feeling because they really doesn't have any awareness as to why they are feeling this way. But the perfect example for we are feeling these hatred, the jealousy, the envy towards another, especially in this 3D Earth planet. We know that everyone struggles a lot in order to maintain a level of connection. It is extremely hard and difficult thing. Is extreme discipline. Despite all these challenges, they are still maintaining something that is strong. So we're jealous about the connection, level of connections these people are. That is also coming with the level of protection from the connecting to the higher self and the source God. This is what we are jealous about. This is what we are envious about. But we really don't have an idea why, how. It could be a wealthy person, but you still have a bit of jealousy for someone with a lot less in a material world. But nevertheless, we are feeling these things, and we cannot even identify about these low vibrational parts of ourselves. This is the tragic, time wasting, failing grades for the 3D Earth circumstances. It is really easy when you can for myself, the black sheeps, I learned this very early on when something hurtful happened to you, when external world, because it's not something major even, it's something, if you come from a broken family or something, you know that someone someone criticize you, at the same time they would make these comments like, oh well, you know, it's pity, like she's from a broken family or something like that. Even something very little can trigger you, because you know these individuals want to put you in your place. They want to put you in a victimhood. Victimhood is difficult circumstances for these mind, body, and spirit, divine created a vessel to go through. It is extremely low vibrational. Nevertheless, we need to heal, and we need to come out of these victimhood um, circumstances. So then you are it quickly realizing you have empathy for these people, even though they hurt your feeling, even if they got your attention. You have a level of compassion for these people, and at the same time you know that you are not a victim. You know that is something that you don't want to go down this path of victimhood, because you kind of know your self-worth. You kind of make that connection to source God. This is a one scenario, but it's a simple thing. It could happen to anybody, but we need to overcome these circumstances. But when you do these things, when you have this emotional awareness, you quickly realize your higher connection, and that connection comes with extreme protection. So when you're not doing it because you're scared of karma. You are doing it because you have a self-awareness. You know that every single expression of our planet Earth, put aside your ego competitiveness, but every single person in this 3D planet Earth going through enormous level of learning, enormous level of stress, yet we are meant to correct these circumstances, because we need to experience every expression that is available. Could be billions, but we are identifying with every single one of them, and we are making sense out of it. We are understanding, making intelligent choices about it, and you're eliminating that circumstances, because you are onto something different, something bigger, something deeper for the creator. This is one scenario. The other factor is when we're jealous and envious and resentful of someone, trying to pull them down. It's the two scenarios. One, the person who is in an elevated consciousness and that everybody hating them, maybe they need to learn a couple of little details that perhaps they missed. But the others, they want to pull something down and make it comfortable for their existence, because there is a level of darkness. Someone that who have worked so hard to heal a bit of themselves is like a street lamp. I'm very fascinated about it. I constantly draw and paint about these street lamps, because the black sheeps, the light workers, they are like these street lamps. When you are completely isolating with families and this is social structure, because you chosen a path to heal your ancestral trauma body, so then you cannot really mingle with the others, because your path is very different. It's not to put anybody else's down, but when you are traveling through a path which is very healing, a lightened load, we're not carrying a heavy load, because we understood, we know the circumstances, we empathize with the others, and we understand the impact that is have on yourself. So you put that baggage down. You are not you are no longer carrying this level of heavy burdens, because you healed. This is what the street lamp is up there. There is never something that you can touch. It's always a little bit about the all the other ecosystem. So then you know it's there giving you light. It's so much better that is up there providing you a light, and so you can see. But when you are hating on someone, when you're jealous of someone, when you're envious of someone, you're trying to break that street lamp and maybe just go into complete darkness. So this is not the natural order of things. Sooner we realize that we're better off. So another thing that the black sheeps clearly understand, though, you cannot have a light bulb and put it next to your bed and go to sleep with it. You're going to get burnt and become a big mess. So then you understand that level of isolation, but you are extremely connected, and you're in a position of healed position, your elevated position. So then you're not going to feel pity about yourself because you're not mingling with everyone. Your journey was very isolated from the beginning, and you sort of make sense out of these areas because you're chosen to heal yourself. Then you get to see things as exactly they are. This is also part of healing. Part of healing is also a protection, because now it's like wires in the electrical system. They are not associating with any other tree branches, or if there is, they will come and cut it off and clean up the area. So then you have a clear protection. In order to protect yourself from all these things, the spiritual teachers are saying, the fear mongering, and saying someone did this and this curse or something. But the spiritually enlightened person that has true connection to the source God have a protection against all of these things. So then you see every now and then the little creatures get burned around these light bulbs. And so it's not a winning circumstances for the people who refuse to get connected and join the collective consciousness on a way to healing journey, instead of going running around all over the place looking for pleasure and going to concert and all these things, wasting your time. It is a very healing, it's a healing journey. It doesn't really need doesn't really have a purpose to perpetuate things and waste time, because then you're going to be forever jealous of someone who is really connected and jealous, connected and healed, because you're jealous, because you're envious, thinking that's going to have any impact on the other person. But absolutely not. It's going to hurt you because you are gallivanting all over the town doing useless things instead of making true connections to healing journey. This is what joining in with the collective consciousness and elevating with the Mother Gaia, even if you refuse to see these things from these healing perspectives, you can actually plant a seed. So the next time around when you're suffering, you might be the light worker then, you might be the black sheeps then. So you still have to do this work. This is the school of 3D planet. There's no such a thing you can skip the grade 1 and 2 and 3 and go to grade 12. There's no such a way. A way to get connected is not from external, it's from internal. Everything that we need to connect with the higher self is just simple as understanding another person's struggles, putting yourself in another person's shoes. It is the simplest thing that I can come up with to get in this spiritual path, so you don't have to be jealous, because it is really heavy toxic behavior that's only going to hurt you. That instead of making excuses, we're only humans, we're here because we're human, we're feeling things, we're competitive, yes, do all these things, but at the end of the day, end of life, while you're doing all these things because you have resources. Your plastic surgery is all melting away, your inflammation is really high, you have nowhere to go, you're afraid of yourself because you don't like the way you look, because you are spending time, well, I'm a human, I'm doing human things, while everybody else is connecting to higher self, source God, and connecting to the healing journey. Equally, it's the same thing with, it's important how we earn our salaries. You do something because you add value to someone. If you're spending time manipulating and perpetuating and misleading and dividing people, causing them to be scared, it's not something that's going to empower people. It's going to scare people, and it's going to bring people anxiety and sicknesses and depression, because you're contributing to this misery that's continue to go around. So this is how you thrive. You're making big bucks because you're spreading fake news, misinformation. It's not coming from any authentic place. It's already signed up in a paper because you're reading it, because you're not consciously aware about the impact that you're putting out there. So then it's another common sense observation to spiritual growth, so you can overcome these few things that we are constantly perpetuating throughout our life, hating on people, jealous of people, and trying to bring them down. Like, I'm gonna find everything about these people, they're horrible, they're this and they're that, but because you want to be in a comfortable darkness instead of seeing why they are like glowing, instead of seeing why they have something that is uncommon but unique. Instead of paying attention to the information, you are trying to destroy that light, and this is not a good place to be at this time, because our mother Gaia is shifting her consciousness, is elevating, so then the sun is going to shine into areas, and this is what all these things happening in our external world is all about. So because we the black sheeps out there, they got this level of hopefulness, because just like they had a lot of people hurt their feelings or put them into a very isolated position, they have hopefulness. There were people constantly reinforce the goodness. There were people kind. There were people want to lend you a helpful hand in a school. The teachers or some friends, they comforted you in your darkest moment. This was hopefulness, and this was God's way of shining light to you, because you're black sheep, because you're isolated, because you're lonely or sad. And it doesn't really matter. The source God always got your back, and so you strengthen your connection with the Creator. You try to heal your trauma body and elevate. So I am begging people to come and join these collective consciousness and resolve these small minor lessons in life, and have learned to have empathy and understand another person's journey in the 3D planet Earth, instead of trying to make excuses, saying we're humans, we have human conditions. Yes, we do, but they are learning experiences. So prioritize your healing, prioritize your connection to the Creator instead of making excuses, and elevate with Mother Gaia and join forces with the collective human consciousness, so we can have these protection for us, our human condition, our human consciousness, protection from the external parasitic sabotage, and do not allow these things to come and destroy human consciousness. Instead, choose healing, This is what the Creator wanted for the human consciousness to figure out. So join towards the human collective consciousness.